Hey everyone, it's Michael. I hope you're doing well today, and I have a review here for Punisher Dirty Laundry. I'm in the middle of my Punisher short reviews for many of you who don't know yet, and I just reviewed Punisher 89, and back in the day, like a year or so ago, I reviewed Punisher 2004, the Thomas Jane film. And for anybody who doesn't know, that's my personal favorite of the Punisher adaptations. As much as I love Warzone, it's probably more comic accurate, to be honest with you. Ray Stevenson is great. But Dirty Laundry, what is this? You may have not even heard of this. Number one, it is essentially a fan fiction, fan film movie that has Thomas Jane in it, as well as Ron Perlman. It was basically just a fan film with almost no budget to it, and it kind of is shot like in a guerrilla amateur way, the way a lot of Punisher Warzone is shot because of budgetary restraint there, but obviously that was a big movie. This is a fan film made with somebody's personal money. This came out in 2012, oddly enough, and it was straight to YouTube. It's kind of a bootleggy type of movie, but that's okay because I actually think it's really, really good. It's a short film. It's only 10 minutes long. And I love it. I think it's really good. It's even an influence that One Last Kill, the new John Bernthal Punisher special thing on Disney Plus. It took a lot from this movie, this little short film here. There's a lot of influence. And again, it has my boy Thomas Jane in here as the Punisher. And essentially the plot, and I'll kind of get into spoilers here too, because there's really not a whole lot to talk about. Essentially, Punisher is just going into a local laundromat in a really beat up, awful neighborhood, and he's just doing his laundry. He's letting it run in there, and it doesn't take very long, which is wild and a goddamn lie. We all know that who do laundry. But anyway, he's running his laundry, and he's seeing like a group of like gangster hoodlums. Number one, there's the main guy of that gang, that's a black guy, who's a really good actor. I really like his performance here, by the way. He's kind of like a pimp and a druggie leader and stuff, a drug lord, crime lord, whatever. He beats up a woman, one of his hookers on the street, and it's actually kind of brutal, to be honest with you. The whole short is brutal, but that particular scene is brutal, and that actress who plays the hooker, by the end of this short film, she's really good when she's crying at the end. Genuinely, she's really, really good here. But the guy also even beats up a kid with his gang because the kid won't go sell drugs in the neighborhood for him. And that's kind of hard to watch. That kid put off a good actor or a good performance. But Thomas Jane, dude, he is so underrated. This is 8 years after his Punisher movie. And yeah, he looks a little bit older. It's been 8 years. But the dude is so good. He just never got the praise and love that he deserved as an actor. And I'm really pissed about it, to be honest. But anyway, while he's doing his laundry, he also goes over to a local store that Ron Perlman runs. Yeah, Ron Perlman is in this movie. No joke. He's in a wheelchair. He's an ex-military guy, and he's talking with Frank about, essentially, he had like 3 tours in Afghanistan or whatever war he was a part of, and he comes back without a scratch on him, but then he gets put in a wheelchair because of these scumbags in the neighborhood that are making things worse. And Frank just kind of gets fed up with it while he's doing his laundry, and he buys a bottle of Jack Daniels from Ron Perlman's shop. And he goes out there after seeing these guys beat up the kid and beat up the hooker, and he was trying to mind his own business, just like he was in the Punisher 2004 movie that he was a part of. When, you had like abusive boyfriends coming into the apartment house and stuff and beating up, is her name Joni? Was that her name? And Frank would try to mind his business until it brought him into the loop. Or before it, because he was also an alcoholic. And I kind of like the idea, too, that this is still delving into his alcoholism. Sort of alcoholism, you could say. Because in 2004, that was still kind of fresh, losing his family and stuff. So you could say that he wasn't going to get drunk, but he probably was. That's just my own personal take on this particular version of Frank Castle. But anyway, he goes out there, he beats the shit out of that whole gang. He kills like 6 or 7 people with a bottle of Jack Daniels. And again, it's not lit the best as a short film. It's not shot the best. But it feels appropriate for a Punisher film. And it feels, again, One Last Kill feels like it steals a lot from this, the way it's shot and everything. And personally, this is just my personal take. Despite this being a bootleg short fan film, with not Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight's music at the beginning of it when the bank heist is starting up before that window shatters. You know that music that's playing there from Hans Zimmer? They take that and put it in here. And at first I thought I was just watching someone who had edited that into the movie. No, that's part of the movie. That's part of the short film. And it kind of fits, to be honest. This is kind of a crappier shot movie. Like I said, it's not the best, but it's better than most short films and fan films, in my personal opinion, especially when it comes to Punisher. But the violence here, that's what I was about to talk about. The violence, the fighting. Yeah, there's some CGI blood here, but because of how grainy the cameras were that they shot with, and because of how it's lit, and it's kind of got like that, even though it's not from Lionsgate, it has that Lionsgate Punisher Warzone, and most movies they put out once upon a time, like Saw movies, where everything was like green or piss yellow or brown. That was the color palette for films in editing software, and we don't know why Lionsgate always did that, but they did that. That's what this kind of looks like. But the violence and the CGI blood are kind of not as bad because of that. But to me, the violence and the shootings and stuff, despite the camera quality that they shot this with and the quality of work they put into this, because of budgetary restraints, it looks better than One Last Kill's violence. You know, One Last Kill, everybody getting shot there by Punisher in the apartment complex, it's CGI blood, you know? It was cool. I enjoyed it. I would totally go back and rewatch it right now. Not even going to lie, I probably will in the next few days, because I really liked One Last Kill. I feel like I'm the only person who really liked One Last Kill, despite its flaws. But the violence and stuff here, and Punisher's overall performance, and, well, did you hear that? Did you hear what I said? Thomas Jane's performance as Punisher is what I meant. He's just fantastic here. He barely has to do anything but just kind of observe what's going on, try to ignore it, and then eventually give in to killing these sons of bitches. And Jane just nails it. He's so good, and I don't understand why people hate his movie or hate him. I don't get it, man. Every time I think about Punisher as a character, I think about Thomas Jane, and I know that's probably blasphemy to some people, especially the ones with glasses who keep pushing them up as they tell me in the comments that I'm wrong. But I really like Thomas Jane's Punisher, and I always think about that line because of how good the line was from his 2004 film when the guy's like, "Go with God, Frank," and he's like, "God's gonna sit this one out." I always think about that shit because Jane just kills it. He's so fucking good. But anyway, The Punisher Dirty Laundry, yes, it's a fan film. No, I probably won't review many fan films unless you guys want me to. You know, let me know. I'll review some fan films. I don't ever plan on making one, so I'm kind of safe to be able to tear them apart or rant about them. I know there are some Spider-Man ones people always talk about, and maybe I'll talk about them too. And, you know, if you guys would like to hear more of those kinds of opinions, put them down in the comments. I haven't seen most of those fan films, short films, whatever, so I could talk about those too. But anyway, I love Dirty Laundry. It's such a great, not really a send-off per se, but it's a nice, sweet little love letter from the 2004 movie kind of creators and not creators, like this director and stuff wasn't the director of that film. It's a nice little kind of love letter, kiss on the cheek to us, as weird as it is to explain it that way. That's what it feels like to me as a hardcore Thomas Jane Punisher fan. I love it. I think it's really well done, and I recommend it to you if you haven't seen it, because this review needs to end, and it's almost as long as the short film, if not longer. Most of my videos are longer than this damn short film. But go watch it. It's on YouTube for free. And again, despite the Dark Knight music being used for it, it's really, really extremely competently made and fun. And again, it's emotionally resonant, too, with the hooker actress and the little boy actress. And again, the lead gangster guy. He kills it. He's really good. He's a really threatening guy, and I'd love to see this dude get more roles in that kind of performance. But anyway, what are your thoughts on Dirty Laundry? What are your thoughts on the 2004 Punisher film, since I already reviewed it back in the day? You can go find that video in case you're interested. It's pretty lengthy. I rambled a lot for that awesome little movie. One of my favorite action films ever. One of my favorite summertime movies ever, for that matter. I'm getting to the point that I want to start watching this every time I watch that, because this is so complimentary to it. Anyway, God bless Thomas Jane, and God bless the guys who gave us this short film. What do you all think about it? Put your thoughts and comments down below. Let me know if this is even based on a comic story or anything, like a scene from it or something. I'd love to hear that down below too. Thank you all. God bless you again. Catch you later, and goodbye.